Hello and welcome to today's devlog, and I will be asking an important question of whether or not I should terminate my game or if I should continue. If you don't want to stay to the end, the decision is quite easy. I think I will go forward and just skip down, fix some small issues and just release it as a one-level demo. I don't have the energy anymore. I'm too invested to scrap it, but I also don't want to completely lose it, and also don't have the energy to rebuild this whole game. But I do want to have the feeling of finishing it, having something done, and just moving on with my life. So this is a bit more of a reasoning of how did I came to that conclusion and what went wrong with this whole project. And to do so, I spent some time the last 4 months of just detaching myself a little bit and finding inspiration from Martin's great book, The Game Design Toolbox, which outlines 6 phases of how you develop games, what game designers think about those different phases, and what to do in each of those phases. And I used it to pretty much argue with myself over the content of where I went wrong. I believe from those 6 phases, ideation, exploration, commitment, problem solving, balancing, and tuning, it went wrong somewhere between the exploration and the commitment phase. So the ideation phase is usually the phase where you just brainstorm, you think about all the crazy things you can do, you come up with different ideas, and you finalize which ideas you might go into exploration to see if they work through prototyping, pen and paper testing, those kind of things. And then there's the commitment phase where you say, stop all new cool ideas, you commit to shipping this game, and you're funneling down, kind of like building the game, going slowly into the production mindset. And then the later phases, problem solving, balancing, tuning, that's kind of like almost like beta testing and then finishing touches, getting ready for the market. I personally think I was really happy with the first phase. I loved the big ideas, the dreaming. I created some great game design document, all those things, dreamed about crazy scenarios and mechanics. I did a little bit of prototyping, but every single devlog I've had, all of those 11 or so in the past, they all focused about, hey, I'm not really happy about the mechanics, it doesn't really feel like a super fun game. So I never really found the golden nugget, so to say. And that was kind of like additionally compromised or additionally made difficult by me being relatively inexperienced. It's, I'm not a professional programmer or anything. It's all the learnings had been done through game jams and little projects, and this was by far the biggest, toughest project with the biggest code architecture and structure, with a million things I've done for the first time. So I didn't really had a good exploration phase and building the prototype from a game design perspective. I focused so much time on proving to myself technical ability and all of the things that I haven't done in the past, like using really a lot of delegates and events, understanding how Unity AdSense works, how to restructure some general difficult codes, how to use some of the other event systems and game manager systems and how I integrate them. Believe it or not, the first time using GitHub for version control, that's how low my knowledge was. So I think I had to spend a lot of time on that technical piece of trying to see if I can make something that I have an idea about, rather than figuring out what is the most fun game mechanic. So that's kind of like the big thing, that my exploration phase was a bit more on the technical side rather than the game design phase. And then it's no surprise that what you end up with, the end product, so to say, isn't really a fun game. It's a validation of, I am capable of trying to get this game done, but it isn't the best version it could be. So I burned out in this technical validation phase or technical prototype phase rather than doing anything else, which is a bit sad. But back to the topic, I think the noble approach, how any reasonable person would be going about this, is to either scratch it or rebuild it with a refined scope. At this time, I'm just a bit disappointed and sad, but I think I don't have the energy in me to scratch it and do some more prototyping, rebuild it, and then also start from scratch to have a new, nice, clean code base. I just don't have the energy in me. So I think I also don't want to scratch it, because I feel like it is still fun and there is value in just having the first, it isn't a commercial game, but at least the first game on the Android store out there and getting that experience. So while I'm not following the reasonable, notable approach, I think I'll still just try to finish it as a demo, a 1-level demo, fix some minor bugs where the robot gets stuck, for example, get it done, collect some horrible 2-star reviews. But yeah, I think there will be also a bit of an after action review where I go into some of the learnings a bit more. But I also felt like after 4 or 5 months, it's about time just to say where we are with the project, where my current thinking is. And yeah, so if you want to join for some new devlogs in the future, they might be very limited, but maybe I start a new series, who knows. Stay tuned, and thanks for everything. Bye.